Here we go, and we're live. It appears, yes we are. Okay, cool. Let's put this on mute. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to my Facebook Live. Today's Wednesday. Hear a little bit of echo here. Okay, cool. What's up, guys? So today, real quick, in a few short minutes, I'm going to talk to you about the importance of having a blog and how you can get started real quick. So, have you ever wanted to start a blog but don't know where to get started? That was the case for me a couple of years ago when I started understanding the importance of having a blog and wanting to get my message across, my story, my offers, to a bigger audience in a way that I don't rely on Facebook, right? As you may already know, all the content that you put on Facebook, you don't own it, right? Let's get real. Facebook can shut down your page anytime, right? Whether they are right or wrong, well, that's their discretion. So sometimes we are too quick to implement some third-party tools. Maybe we want to mimic something that other brands are doing in order to grow our audience, in order to gain more followers. But some of those things are not within Facebook's terms of service. So what happens when that happens, right? I've been seeing a lot of pages of people who have huge audiences getting shut down by Facebook without any explanation, without the right to an appeal, right? So if you're looking for a way to create a blog, which in fact it's a digital asset for your brand, right? It would be smart to start thinking about one, whether you have already created a blog or whether you're just thinking about but you don't know where to get started. I know a lot of people who think it's very techy to have a blog. Let me tell you a short story. A couple of years ago, I started messing around with WordPress, right? I started teaching myself how to use WordPress, and I'm a slow learner, right? So it took me so long to launch a blog that looked semi-decent, right? I wasn't happy with the way it was coming out, right? So I struggled a lot, right? My banner wasn't, was pixelated. It wasn't fitting the right size, whatever. Hello, Vivian. Thanks for joining. Darren, thanks for joining. Jenny, thanks for joining. So here's some thoughts about creating a blog, right? First, you need a domain name, right? Because what you want is to have a self-hosted blog, right? You don't want to have a blog that you don't have any control of, right? Where your content can disappear, can be hijacked, right? Could be, what's the word? Yeah, it could be hijacked, right? By spammers or so forth. So you want to have a self-hosted blog, right? The platform that I chose was WordPress. Right, but not only you have to pay for a domain name, you have to think about your brand. You have to think about keyword-friendly domain names, right? If that's the route you want to go. If you want to be friendly with Google, you want to have a domain that has certain keywords. So in order to do so, there's a couple of ways to go about it. I chose to go to GoDaddy, right? A lot of people go to GoDaddy. A lot of people go to Namecheap.com, where you can search for your ideal domain name, right? Search to see if it's available, right? Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's a premium domain that you need to pay a premium price for, right? But not only you need a domain that you need to renew every single year, right? Sometimes you can renew multiple years at a time, right? But you need to pay for that, right? A simple domain will cost you $19 per year, right? And you get some deals if you renew in a multi-year manner, right? So then you need to pay for hosting, right? Because it's not only the domain name that you need to buy, but you also need to purchase for the hosting. Now, GoDaddy offers some packages, right? Some bundle packages where you can pay for your domain, your hosting, and other features, right? So there's two costs right there: your domain, your hosting, right? Now, if you're selling stuff online, right, you're going to need an SSL security code, right? So that's also costly, right? You need to buy that. You need to now you have your basics, right? But now what? You need to buy a theme, right? Some themes are not expensive. Some themes are $20. Some other ones are $50, regardless of what you want. Your theme is basically how you want your blog to look like, right? And there are resources for that. I'll probably be including some of these resources at the end of this video. But now you have to think about your domain name, your hosting, right? Your SSL security, right? Basically, when you go purchase something online, you'll see that there's a security badge that's attached to it, most likely on the purchase page, right? So if you're gonna enter your information, like credit card information and so forth, right? Hey Manny, thanks for joining. So basically, if you're going to purchase something online, you might want to make sure that that website is secured, right? You don't want spammers, you don't want hackers to know your information, right, and to hack it from whatever website that the owner might not even know that this is happening. So you need an SSL security parameters in order for you to help your customers feel comfortable about entering their credit card in your blog, in your website, right? Now, think of it this way. Whatever, you might say, well, I don't need a blog. I have my Facebook fan page. I don't need a blog. I'm growing my audience on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, whatever. Well, all those things are cool, but guess what? If you violate one of those terms, again, I'm nailing this point across because it's really important. A blog, you own it. A blog, if you maintain paying your renew fees, you're gonna keep that blog forever, right? Nobody can take it away from you. So that content that you're putting on YouTube and that content that you're putting on your Facebook fan page, it supports your blog. It can drive traffic to your blog, but guess what? You'd never own that content, right? So going back to the requirements to put on a blog, right? You need your domain name, your hosting, your SSL, right? Now you got to buy your themes, right? You want to have an eye-catching domain where your theme is congruent with your brand, right? So you need to think about that, all those costs, right? Then you need to think about your plugins. Your plugins are little snippets of code that are added to your blog to make it more functional, to add more functionality to your website, right? Things like shopping carts and there's just so many. I'm not even going to get into that topic right now, but plugins are something that are crucial to have a website that has the functionality that you want to have, right? You want to have your Facebook feed, maybe your Twitter feed right on your blog. So some of these plugins are free, but some of these are costly, right? Now, you also have to think about your SEO plugins, things that make your website visible to Google, right? So you need to know not only which plugins to use, but you also need to understand that some of these plugins, once you download them and you activate them, sometimes they might cause conflict on your website and cause havoc. So you need an array of things. And what I'm trying to say, guys, is that you need to go through the learning curve in order to understand the importance of having a blog, right? But you also need to have your blog visible to Google. There's so many things that a lot of people may think that you create a blog and all of a sudden your cash register is going to be ringing and you're going to be selling things online very easily. You got to go through the learning curve, guys, and that's why at the end of this video I'm going to include a link to a webinar later on tonight at 9 p.m. My friend Anthony Jackson Techie Tony from MLSP. He's going to conduct a webinar where he's going to amplify all this information and more, right? Here's another tip, guys, on how important this is. Have you ever gone on a website to search something, right? And then you go on Facebook and then you see, an ad for that item that you were looking up, that you were searching, right? That's like ninja stuff right there. That's ninja marketing, right? Well, that's called Facebook Pixel. Basically, on your blog, you can have that, right? Say you're selling, I don't know, you're selling shirts online, or you're selling, travel, or you're selling whatever it is that you're selling, right? If you have a pixel installed on your blog, guess what? And then you have a Facebook ads account where you're running ads on Facebook, guess what? That person that went on your page and bought something, maybe that person didn't buy anything, then it's going to go on Facebook and see an ad for something that that person was looking, right? So you get to hit them up again. That's called remarketing. So, that's the importance of having a blog, guys. If you want to stand out from the rest of the brands, you need to have a blog. I'm not saying you don't need to have a Facebook fan page. You also need that, right? I'm not saying you don't need a YouTube channel. You also need that, but those things complement your blog. Your blog is your hub. I know people that are creating sales from blog posts that they created, that they put together 6 years ago. That's crazy. That's true residual income on autopilot, right? So another cool thing about having a blog, guys, is that, well, what do bloggers do? They blog, right? They write content, right? They write engaging content that addresses people's audience, that addresses people's challenges, right? And it provides value. It provides tips. It provides personal stories, right? So by doing that, you're constantly creating another opportunity for Google to list and to index your pages, right? Each new article on your blog is a new opportunity for you to reach your customers or potential prospects, right? Not only that, but you can invite people. If you don't like blogging too much, if you're not into writing too much, well, you can invite people to contribute to your blog, right? You can invite contributors on the regular basis to your blog. One of my friends earlier today said, "Oh, well, I don't really like typing too much, but he likes doing video." Well, guess what? That video can be transcribed into text, right? It could be, you add some images, and there you go. You can repurpose all this content that you just had on YouTube. Maybe you have a YouTube channel, right, with a bunch of videos. Well, guess what? There are services out there, or you can do it yourself, right? You can transcribe the content of this video, edit it, add the right punctuation and grammar, right? And all of a sudden you have a blog post, right? You add some images and make it keyword friendly, and all of a sudden you have another way of reaching your audience. So guys, if you're looking for a way to stand out from the rest in this digital noisy world, get a blog, right? So here's the link. Go to dannymonzon.com/go blog to register for tonight's webinar that's happening in about 2 hours, 15 minutes, 9 p.m. Eastern. My friend Techie Tony is going to be addressing a lot of questions. He's going to go into Facebook pixels. He's going to go into, he's going to answer anything that you have that he doesn't cover, right? Or you can ask me questions on here. I'm going to be on that webinar, right? dannymonzon.com/go blog. So start thinking about how you're going to make an impact on your audience in 2018. I'll check you out on the webinar. Talk to you later.